that's the one.
You spun a cold
All
narrative.
right, we good. Let's chop it up with it. Let's chop it up with everything. Yeah. So you say how I feel about this weekend with everything that was going on?
How you feel about the the releases that happened over the weekend, man?
Yeah. So I was at the Apollo for the. I covered everything else. Like usually, I'm right in front of this computer. When I was at the Apollo, that happened live. I didn't feel like it was a need to go back in, give another reaction. And yesterday I was out at a family function, and when I heard the Heart 6, I was like, all right, it's cool. I don't think I need to give like a real run to the house to give a real reaction to everything. You know what I'm saying? Just honest. But yeah, let's reflect, man. I feel like overall, the fans have been ruining this experience.
The fans have what?
They have ruined this experience.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
People are blindly so loyal that they're not gonna give their honest opinion on the records. Everything is trash to the opposing side, and everything is fire to the other side. And that's both sides that I see.
Yeah, you gotta ride with your right or wrong.
True.
You know what I mean? So,
but you can still be 100. Like, okay, this one is better than this one.
Not diehards, bro. Diehards never gonna trade on the nigga they love, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
if you're a diehard, wrong or right, if you're a diehard Laker fan, you're never gonna say Lakers are trash. You can say it amongst your homies, but to the world, you're not gonna say that when it's on the platform. So it's like niggas know right now, anything you say, everybody's watching and keeping note. You know what I'm saying? Where a case in point, like the Mark Nasty shit, like where he like, oh, I'm riding with Drake, but then boom, it's like people keep note of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you publicly saying fuck Drake, they gonna hold him like, oh nigga, you said fuck Drake when he was beefing with Kendrick and woo woo woo. You know what I mean?
It's in the history books.
It's in the history books. So I think people scared of that aspect of it, of being the nigga who said fuck cuz when it was up. But now he back booming and you a fan, you know?
He dancing and shit.
Yeah.
Sucker. See, it's like that. Sucker. Hey. So it's kind of like, so I can put it down to like video games, right?
Uh-huh.
Some people, they be like, man, I only play Xbox, and they stand by that. The other shit is weak.
Yeah.
And then you got niggas that got both systems, and they like, I just like the games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a fan of gaming.
I'm just a fan of the sport.
Yeah, so you have the Drake diehards, you have the Kendrick diehards.
Yes.
Then you have the niggas that's a fan of hip hop.
That's a fan of hip hop.
That's not being, I'm gonna go this way, whatever is hotter, that's where I'm going. And I'm gonna be 100 about it. Hey, this record is hotter, I'm over here. But see, Kendrick came out and he catered to his audience and dropped a style of records that his audience respects.
Uh-huh.
But the club niggas and all the street partiers, everybody like that was like, hey man, we need a banger. That's what we wanted from Drake. So everybody like, we know Drake gonna come with that.
And then the reverse happened.
Drake came with push-ups though.
That was dope.
You got it. Like push-ups, but that motherfucker, Kendrick. It's because it's Kendrick coming with that style of record. That's what make it impact harder.
See, he took a page out of Drake's book.
For sure took a page.
Look, this is the thing, right? When it comes down to this whole war, right? And then too, I was very, very clear that I'm rocking with the West Side. You feel me? I'm a West Side baby. We're from Compton over here. We're gonna ride with our side. But at the end of the day, that don't take nothing away from how great Drake is.
At all.
And I feel like people are starting to forget that. Like, this nigga is
still Drake.
He is still top 10 of all time when it comes down to this sport. So you have to put that in mind.
Yeah, and that booth, he a monster.
He's a monster.
He might walk out the studio, get his ass whipped, but that has nothing to do with what he can do in that booth.
It has nothing to do with that.
He's still a monster in the booth. He's still gonna make great records.
Now, when it came down to all the records, I just feel like Dot beat him at every game that he did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when Like That came out, that became a #1 record. You feel me? When Drake dropped Push-Ups to me wasn't up to par of a Duppy or a back-to-back impact-wise to me. And part of that reason was I felt like he didn't dial in on Dot because he's having all of these mini beefs. He's circling his energy towards everybody.
But do you think he's adding them in the song? This is my thing. I feel like he's adding them because he doesn't have enough to say about Kendrick.
No, I agree.
Because if he had enough to say about Kendrick, he wouldn't even mention them niggas.
No.
But it's like, I need to make this song longer than 2 minutes.
But that's what you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, the rumors that hey, Drake is he got 2 Bitcoins out for anybody that can give any personal information on Dot. Like, there's niggas in the streets right now, like, yeah, that nigga's searching for information and shit like that too. So that goes to solidify, like, look, Dot is a different type of breed of nigga, bro. Like, he's a rapper, like, he has the appeal of the industry, but he moves like a backpack rapper that don't have the fucking publicity like that.
Hear me out though. I think they probably both, not per se them, but entourages both dibbled and dabbled for information.
For sure.
This is a beef we're talking about.
For sure.
So we got to find as much shit we can use. So it's like, I don't know about, the Bitcoins shit. I don't know about that. But I heard that. I heard it came across and
I was like, 2 Bitcoins? That's cracking.
It's all is fair in war, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it is. This is, like you said, this is the war.
Yeah, this is war.
In the sport.
It's the battle of the top 2, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, nigga, I gotta pull every card out the hat, nigga. This the top 2.
This is the top 2.
There's no going back after this.
It was a top 3. That nigga J. Cole said, let me get out the way.
Yeah, so it's like, it's no going back after this. I'm going against the number 1 who people look at as,
but
I got to pull all the tricks out the hat.
Now,
bro.
I just wanted to get that disclaimer out because people are like, oh, you biased. Listen, I love the sport of hip-hop. I love battle rapping. I love the form of battle. I love lyrical spars. And when it came down to this, I feel like so many people are for so long, they've been so used to Drake vanquishing everything, right? And it's crazy, too, because when we talk about the Pusha T diss to Drake, that's never even been like, that never even stained Drake. Even though everything then blew up and people found out about his son, people just looked that shit over. Like, they never was like, okay, this is this is that. Like, no one really cared.
I mean, at the end of the day, right, what they're bringing to the light is like their personal issues.
Yes.
With artists, we don't really care about their personal issues unless it's one of the big, pedo, rape, shit like that. But when it's like, oh, he got a kid, oh, he ain't telling us, okay, we're going to talk about it in a moment, but it's not going to stop us from liking you as an artist.
No.
If you come with a hit record 2 months from now. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, we're going to talk about all the shit they're addressing in these records. In 2 months, though, we're not going to care.
No, but that's...
In a month, we're not going to care.
But that's the thing. So when it came down to this situation, it was like, okay, Dot dropped his shit. Everybody's like, okay, Drake about to kill this nigga. And then, as a fan, nigga, like, Drake is coming. And your expectations get this high. Like,
yeah,
okay, he's going to deliver 10 out of 10 every time.
Yeah.
And then when push-ups came, to be fair, they leaked it first. We hear the leak version of it. We like, this is cool. Then the CDQ come out and we like, okay, this sounds better, but that same initial impact of that first listen, it's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It stripped us of that for sure.
Right?
For sure.
So then when the Taylor Made comes out with the AI shit, I thought that was witty. I'm like, okay, this is different. I did feel the sentiment of oh yeah, he used Tupac. That's disrespectful.
That's when Drake was still in his comfort back. He was feeling comfortable at that time.
He was popping it.
Yeah, he was comfortable. He was popping it.
I actually broke my fucking monitor because I'm like, oh, this nigga used Pac. That's the type of reaction. I'm like, this nigga disrespectful.
Yeah.
Feel me?
He was in his bag. He was feeling himself right there.
Yeah, but then once Euphoria came out, nigga, I was like, oh, nigga, this is, oh, shit.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm like, nigga.
Here we go.
And I know that it's not the juggler. I'm like, okay, if this is the start of, and like, this is one thing people got to understand, right? Kendrick has had to rap with like Ab Soul. Like, Ab Soul is the double, triple entendre rapper. He's going to say the craziest shit. Like, him and Daylight. Like, if you listen to J. Cole's album, the song with Soul and Daylight on there, they just went stupid on that. This is who Kendrick has had to, you know what I'm saying?
Had to spar with,
bro, for years. Like, Drake is the hit maker. I don't think Drake has had to spar lyrically with somebody and play this shit a certain type of way, right? The shit with Meek Mill was kind of a toss up though, because you know what I'm saying, he had too much information that he could use against them, because all he really didn't put out no real information about Meek Mills. He just clowned him on a major stage to the whole world.
Yeah.
And you feel me?
He was doing nerd activities.
It worked.
So he just talked about his nerd activities. You know what I mean?
It worked. So, you know, coming into this with Dot, you hear Euphoria, and then this is where I say the fans start messing with, oh, Euphoria is it's the weakest shit I ever heard in my life. I'm like, come on now. If you like rap music, there's no way you can hear this song
Hey, that's where the fan and come in. And
say this is trash.
That's where you got to step up as a diehard and represent for whoever you're a fan of. This is where he needs you most as a diehard.
Like, come on.
So you go be like, it don't matter what. I'm not trying to hear nothing Kendrick saying if I'm a diehard Drake fan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you had a lot of those. Even in the industry, you had a lot of the industry niggas that was glazing the fuck out of that nigga.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I'm like, okay, now we're getting to the biasness. And then, you know, what happened? Who dropped after that?
After
Kendrick dropped again, right?
Yeah, Kendrick dropped again.
He dropped again, which was the 616
in LA.
In LA. Now that one, I was like, oh yeah. That might, other than
hit him with the Drake approach.
Bro, yeah.
Hit him with the Drake approach.
Because at first it was drop. Come on, drop.
Yeah.
Drop.
Yeah.
Drop.
He was cocky.
Drop it. Come on, I'm ready.
He was cocky.
Drop.
And then he dropped that record.
And then that one, I'm like, ooh, yeah. He going crazy.
He dropped the record that he was playing at the end when he was saying drop.
Now that one was hard.
Listen, first part was mid.
Second part, cool.
Second part, it heated up. Third part was hard.
Third part was fire.
I would have just took the third part by itself as a whole song. I would have took the third part and it would have been up there with him. I felt the first part fucked it up from being a great song.
It did. And even the symbolism of it took afterwards. Dot didn't wait for him to even let the shit breathe, that it took away from the reveal.
Came right back.
Because people are saying now, like, oh, I don't believe that he set this stuff up. Like, no, if you go back and watch that video, the girl that's supposed to be his daughter, her face is like on the wall. Like, and then, you know, even having the van, crushing the van, like, all that was dope, right?
Right.
I'm like, okay, that's dope. But even then,
you didn't have no time to marinate on that.
You didn't have no time to sit there and listen to that.
You came right back.
Then Meet the Grams come out. Then it's like, okay, you have Drake is saying, you beat your wife. He's saying, Drake is saying, you beat your wife. Dave Free might be the father of one of the kids.
Accusations. It was all kinds on both sides.
That's what I'm saying. And okay, so Drake says that. Then Doc comes out and says, nigga, he has a secret kid. Another one. Possibly multiple secret kids. Accusations, right? Then even the cover is the Ozempic. It's the Maybach glove. It's the shirt. It's all that. And it's funny now because they don't even have that cover on there now.
Yeah, they took it down.
They took it down because I'm like, okay, if Drake strategically put all that in play, he wasn't expecting Dot to come right after him and do this shit.
Yeah.
It just took the momentum away from the song, which is a dope song. You gotta keep it real. Family Matters, it's a dope song. The third part is the best part of the whole shit. The second and third part is dope as hell. The first part, a little shaky, but that was before, you know what I'm saying, other information came out.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Once again, these come out, everybody's like, this is trash. They're picking their sides.
Right.
They sitting there doing all that.
Right.
And then when the fucking they ain't like us come out, nigga like, oh shit. For one, Dot is, man, listen, I know he can do it from back in the day. Like, he can jump on records like that, but never did I think in the midst of this whole beef that nigga Dot was gonna give us a West Coast club banger. And when I say club banger, it wasn't mid. That motherfucker is a hit record.
That's a banger.
That is a hit record.
That's a banger.
And people were like, well, only West Coast niggas gonna listen to it. No, this is #1 on iTunes right now.
It's a banger.
You feel me?
I mean, it's dope because you got one of the hottest producers from the West Coast and the hottest artists from the West Coast, and they came together in a time where you had to show that unity. You know what I mean? This is where you need those niggas from your home team, and Drake needs niggas from his home team to support him. You know what I mean? This is beef at the end of the day.
And that's the thing. Like, this shows prime example, bro. West Coast people, we will kill each other. We will beat the shit out of each other. We will beef all day. But if you come at one of ours,
we come together.
We come together, and all that shit stops. And this is what's been showing.
We come together and fuck you
The
up.
West Side has been together. Like, look, check it out. We've been on, and then too, like,
that's how it should be though. With
it should.
all regions, it should be like
it. Should.
All regions.
Like right now, nigga, Toronto niggas need to be like, if a California nigga, a LA nigga hit this fucking place right now, we need to tie this nigga to a flagpole.
But I mean, in all fairness though, like Boy Wonder been doing the production. Boy Wonder been like the production in this shit been great. It's been great fire production. And then you also gotta remember, like, you got Kendrick to come out his shell
for sure
and drop record. Kendrick does not do shit like this.
No.
Drop back-to-back records, nigga. Like, this shit is crazy. So it's like, some good shit came from this shit. You know what I mean? This was needed for sure. Because he our #1 nigga, and he be going quiet for 4 years, 5 years.
5 years. But
and then we be over here like, God damn, cut. Give us something.
And even in this situation, like, I'm over here chiming in every day.
Yeah.
I'm talking to academics like, nigga, we up. He like, nah, nigga, wait. Like, we going back and forth like, nah, nigga, he up.
Yeah, it's a spar. It's going crazy.
It's going crazy. But when he dropped, they not like us. And I'm like.
It was like, oh.
The fucked up part about it is, like, that nigga made a club banger calling a nigga a pedo. Like.
Hey, he stepped out of his element. And listen, he stepped out of his element and he grabbed some elements from here. He grabbed some LA elements, bro. You got some Draco influence there. You got the mustard ratchet club sound.
Yes.
And he's saying little Veda influence, like all that little hot shit that make. And then the dancer.
People saying Draco
the dancer
too.
took off instantly, bro.
Oh,
like you were seeing videos instantly when that song came out, nigga.
Man, listen, when Shade Room posted it, I'm like, okay. But like, you know, that was the argument too. People were like, oh, that's only West Coast. Like, no, this is not just West Coast. Like, this is a big song, and I never thought in a million years, like, in the beef, we would get something like that.
And even if you say it's only West Coast, we're very influential
to the world.
This shit gonna pop off us. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't think y'all understand how big this song about to be.
Yeah.
First LA function is May 18th. When they play that motherfucker, it's about to be lights out. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm going to take that video and I'm going to send it to Act. I'm going to like, look, nigga, this is LA right here. That's where the pride is going to be at. May 18th. Remember I told y'all that verse?
Yeah.
That's the LA function. That is our city shit. It's going to be booming.
You're going to get time. Now people going to know the words.
But once again.
Go crazy.
Now, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it fair. So when this come out, then I hear the heart. And in the heart, Drake is rapping, and I'm like, he sound defeated.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like.
The cockiness wasn't there no more. It wasn't there no more.
Because people are actually picking sides now where it's like, okay, nigga, it ain't just you. Niggas is like, hey, bro, you losing. Now, you got people that saying, like, at first, Cameron and Mace, they said Drake was winning. Now they said Dot won this.
The cockiness wasn't there no more.
It seems like the only person that's still sticking to Drake won is Gilly. That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody is, you know what I'm saying?
It was a good fight. It was down to the wire.
It's not over, though.
It was down to the wire.
It's not over, though.
I mean, as far as, like, I think in the people's eye, we don't have that, like, waiting for another drop in us, right? Like, we're not waiting no more. Like, if it come, cool. But how we was on, like, Wednesday, Thursday, when it's like, oh, come on, we need another record. Oh, Drake gonna drop tonight.
That anticipation is over.
Like, that element of it is gone.